What is health? There's a definition by called Alma Ata definition of health. Health is absence of this disease, that disease, all kinds of diseases. If you analyze this, it's just a business definition, because if you want to know whether you're healthy or not, you must go for a checkup. And that's a big business, because you're checking up the whole population of the world, if you really can. Because if you're treating only the ill people, it's only a few million in a given day.
Do you think polio is eradicated by man? That's what the statistics tell you. 27,000 children are now suffering from what is called non-polio acute paralytic illness. Those who have got mutation, even according to the textbooks, is prevented from being given to poor children, because without protein in the body, this doesn't produce antibodies. On the contrary, the live virus that you're given in the mouth goes through the gut and converts into P2, P3, the real dangerous polio virus, and produces a paralytic illness. And we still have the illness, but we have not named it different, that's all. For political reasons, the name is changed. So the name now is not polio, it's called acute paralytic non-polio paralysis. Please read about that. Do you think polio is eradicated by...
So don't you believe all this rubbish that comes in the papers? You don't know who is the best bet for you to remain healthy? Your granny. Old granny story. I'll give you one example. 50 years, the Cold Research Center in Colindale in London did research on common cold. Common cold? You know common cold? Yes. They did research and 500 million pounds were spent. Papers came out one after another. Ultimately, 1999, they closed the center. It was started in 1949, they closed it in 1999. The last paper came out and said, in 50 years, we have not been able to take knowledge forwards about common cold. We don't know what common cold is and how to treat it. Why we suggest the Indian wisdom of eating spices when you have a cold is the best result that can happen. The last paper. Professor Zyment in Harvard Medical School showed that ginger, fresh ginger, garlic, pepper, onion, and a combination of honey is the most powerful viral, antiviral agent known to mankind.
Mutates, it becomes a powerful P3 virus, P1 virus, the deadliest virus, and comes out in the shit. And mind you, we don't have toilets in our villages. And the shit gets dissipated in rainy season all over the place. Other children touch it and eat it, and they are now given a deadly P3 virus. And according to Pushpa Bhargava, thousands of Indian children got polio recently, not because of the God-given polio, but man-made polio. Do you know what India needs, my dear friends? Man is man's biggest enemy. What is the greatest service you can do? Let me tell you from my heart. Give a good example to society. Give a good example to society. I can preach to all of you and think that I have preached to the Rotarians and they will all become good human beings tomorrow. I have no guarantee. But I can take an oath standing on this pedestal. I will be a better BMX tomorrow than what I am today. I am sure of one thing. There is one rascal less in this world. Study was done in Washington University by a man called Douglas C. Wallace, D.C. Wallace. Anybody writing? Yes. This is the heading of this study was called Mitochondria as Chi. Chi is energy. Mitochondria as Chi. Now this man invented a computer chip called MIT chip, mitochondrial chip. And he tagged the chip onto every medicine that goes inside, whether it is aspirin to tucromycin. Everything he tags. Now and follows it computer-wise. When the medicine goes into the system says, hey, I have not seen this. This is something new. So I have never seen this. So throw it. It must be poison. And it's immediately thrown to the liver. So every chemical that you put inside your system, mark my words, I'm repeating it, every chemical is put into a system. If it is a reductionist chemical, that is a part of it removed, it goes to the liver for destroying. And every medicine you take, and second day you go and test your liver function test, it will be altered. Now eventually what happens after years of taking medicines, your liver goes into cirrhosis. And today we have an epidemic, which I didn't have when I was a medical student in the 50s, is called non-alcoholic cirrhosis. In the olden days, one chemical that was getting into the human system and destroying the liver was C2H, alcohol. Today, we have hundreds and thousands of these chemicals going in various forms, and they destroy your liver. Even yesterday morning, as I landed in Bangalore, somebody was waiting in the hotel for me and saying that, look, my brother has got non-alcoholic cirrhosis. He's bleeding, and they say he's useless. Can you do something? I said, only I can pray. Nothing more can be done. Because, he has bled so many times, he's almost unconscious. He has got into hepatic encephalopathy. Nobody can do anything. We must know our limits. But friends, we can prevent these things by reducing the amount of chemicals you put into the system unnecessarily. This is my request. So, what we should do is, we need modern medicine. We need Western medicine for emergency care. But emergency care is 2% of the sick population. There is 2% of the sick population in the world. 2%.